Okay, I'm looking at this problem that has to do with fruit flies, and it says they should be in a ratio, their traits should appear in the ratio 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. So you should have 9 yellow normals, 3 yellow shorts, 3 gray normal, and 1 gray short. That should be the ratio depending on how many fruit flies you're looking at. Now, the researcher looks at 100 fruit flies and finds the traits finds to have 60 yellow normals, 18 yellow shorts, 11 gray normals, and 11 gray shorts, and they want to know, is that consistent with the model? So we'll do a chi-square with 3 degrees of freedom because the number of categories here is 4, and it's always n minus 1 is the number of degrees of freedom. And the null is that the data is consistent with the predictive genetic theory, and the alternative is that it's not consistent. And so we want to compute now the chi-squared statistic. So you know you're going to do the observed minus the expected squared divided by the expected, and then sum those up to get your chi-squared statistic. Now, these are your observed values, and you're wondering how are you going to get your expected. Well, what you want to do is think of this ratio, this number 9,331, that adds to 16. So you would expect 9/16 of the fruit flies that you have to be yellow normal. So if you're looking at 100 fruit flies, you want to do 9/16 of 100, and then 3/16 of 100, etc. So we can do this in our little Excel spreadsheet. I kind of already, to save time, put the numbers in here. All right, so again, this sum of the ratios, I can just click on the sum, and it did it for me. Now I'm going to drag this column down. This is the data that they gave me, the observed data. And now to get the expected, I have to be a little bit snazzy here. I'm going to do equals the ratio, which is 9 divided by the sum of the ratio, which is 16, and I'm going to make that, I'm going to put G4, and I'm going to do G11. I'm going to do an F4 button, or I'll put a $ in front of the G and the 11 to make it an absolute reference, and then I'm going to multiply by the sample size, which is it's already here in G12. I'm also going to make that an absolute reference. And the reason I'm doing this is because later in the problem you have to change to 200 flies, and it just is easier. You won't have to change very many numbers if you do it this way. Okay, so then when I hit enter, it's going to say, all right, you should expect 56.25 yellow normals. You got 60. Let's see if that's unusual. Then we'll drag through here to fill out the rest of them that we should expect. Now to get the difference, you'll just do equal the observed minus the expected, and fill that in for each one of these. And then to get the chi-square number, you need to do the difference squared. So you're going to do equals this number squared, and then divided by the expected. And then hit enter, and then pop this in right here, and drag it down. And then right here is your sum of the difference squared divided by the expected. That's 7.09. And that's your chi-square value. And I had already gone in here and had it be G15. So that's why it automatically changed. So I'm getting the rest of my numbers that I need here. The 7.093 is my chi-square at 3 degrees of freedom. This is my p-value, and the test statistic for alpha equals 0.05 with 3 degrees of freedom is the 7.815. So when you come in to finish the problem up, let's see, I've done this problem a bunch of times, see if I can enter it right this time. Okay, so the chi-square value that we got was 7.0933. All right, check answer. See, round to 3 decimal places. You can do this. Scale, you can do it. It's my final check. Okay. The critical value is at 7.815. So 7.815. I'll check the answer. Okay, the p-value, I can't see what it's doing. Oh, sorry. Well, you can fill in the rest of this with your, hopefully you can figure this out because I'm running out of time. I think if it's a fit into the window. The p-value is the value that we got here with the Excel. This number here, the p-value was 0.068. And anyway, you just continue the rest of the problem. You should be able to figure out with this. So I hope that helps.